The rare gift of human life, a lesson from the Buddha's parable. The story goes that the Buddha used the following metaphor to illustrate how precious human birth is. Imagine all the billions of universes/galaxies were equivalent to a vast ocean and there was a bucket floating on its surface. Consider that a blind turtle lived in the depths of this huge ocean. Once every 100 years the turtle would come to the surface to breathe and then return to the bottom of the ocean. The probability of that old blind turtle to hit its head on the bucket once surfacing to breath is as rare as the chance of obtaining a human birth. Let's break down the deep wisdom behind this story and its implications for how we live our lives. The ocean, the cycle of samsara. The ocean in the metaphor represents samsara, the vast, boundless cycle of rebirth. Just as the ocean is deep and turbulent, samsara is filled with endless suffering and uncertainty. Countless lives in different realms. In Buddhism, beings can be reborn into many realms, including animals, hungry ghosts, and celestial beings. The ocean represents this constant, uncontrollable movement between births. No stability, no certainty. Just as the turtle cannot see where it is or where it will surface, unenlightened beings move through existence without clear purpose or direction. This imagery reminds us that unless we actively seek wisdom and enlightenment, we will continue to drift aimlessly in the ocean of suffering. The blind turtle, the struggle for awakening. The metaphor of the blind turtle surfacing in the vast ocean once every 100 years is one of the most profound parables in Buddhist philosophy. It symbolizes the struggle for awakening. The blind turtle represents the vast majority of sentient beings who wander through existence without wisdom or awareness. In Buddhist teachings, ignorance, avidya, is considered the root of suffering. Like the turtle, most beings are metaphorically blind, unable to perceive reality as it truly is. Blindness as ignorance. The turtle's blindness symbolizes our lack of insight into the true nature of existence. We often go through life unaware of the Four Noble Truths and the impermanence of all things. Drifting without control, the turtle does not consciously navigate the ocean but is carried by currents beyond its control. Similarly, beings in samsara are propelled by karma, shaped by their past actions and desires. Rare opportunities for liberation. Just as the turtle only surfaces once in 100 years, the chance to gain awareness and wisdom is exceedingly rare in the cycle of rebirth. In essence, the blind turtle embodies the state of spiritual sleep, a life lived in illusion, driven by desires, attachments, and suffering. The floating bucket, the path to awakening. The single floating bucket symbolizes the rare and precious opportunity for awakening. To hit the bucket means to attain human birth, which provides the best conditions for achieving enlightenment. The rarity of human birth. Buddhist teachings emphasize that being born as a human is extremely rare. Unlike other realms, humans have the perfect balance of suffering and wisdom, allowing them to pursue the Dharma. The right conditions for awakening. Just as the bucket floats on the surface, the opportunity for enlightenment exists, but only for those who actively seek the path of wisdom. The challenge of hitting the mark. The turtle does not surface deliberately near the bucket, rather, it must overcome the chaos of the ocean to find it. Similarly, in life, we must navigate distractions, suffering, and ignorance to reach true wisdom. Finding the bucket means encountering the Buddha's teachings, practicing mindfulness, and taking the Eightfold Path seriously. The struggle for awakening. What must we do? Given how rare this opportunity is, what should we do with our human life? The struggle for awakening is not easy, but the Buddha has given us a clear path. Recognizing our blindness. The first step is acknowledging that, like the turtle, we have been living in ignorance. Our attachments to pleasure, ego, and desires keep us trapped in endless cycles of suffering. Seeking the Dharma. The Buddha's teachings are like the bucket, they offer a path to liberation. We must actively seek the Four Noble Truths, understanding suffering and its cause. The Eightfold Path, the way to enlightenment. The practice of mindfulness and meditation. Overcoming the ocean's challenges. To reach the bucket, the turtle must overcome waves, currents, and vast distances. Similarly, our journey to awakening requires self-discipline, overcoming distractions, right effort, continuous practice, compassion and wisdom, helping others awaken. D. Making this life meaningful. Since human birth is rare, we must not waste it on trivial pursuits. Instead, we should cultivate virtue and kindness, seek wisdom rather than material gain, live with purpose and awareness. The urgency of awakening. The story of the blind turtle is a powerful wake-up call. It tells us, awakening is difficult but not impossible. Just as the turtle has a chance to find the bucket, we too have the chance to achieve enlightenment if we make the effort. Do not waste this rare human life. Since human birth is precious, we must use it wisely, seeking truth rather than fleeting pleasures. The time is now. The turtle does not know when it will surface again, and neither do we know when our next opportunity will come. This life is our chance. We must take it seriously. The struggle for awakening is long and difficult, but it is also the most rewarding journey one can undertake. May we all seek the floating bucket before it is too late.